Hi, fellow traders. What's happening? I hope you guys had a great weekend. I know I did. Beautiful weather. Got to spend some time with the family. Went to a Van Gogh exhibit, and awesome. I got a Starry Night uh, print to put up in here somewhere. So, had a great weekend. Coming into today, had a lot of uh, excitement, toward the market this week because I thought I just felt like something big was on the horizon. And it still may be, but you know how sometimes every you go to bed the night before and you think everything's just gonna be great, and then you wake up the next day and you deal with trauma. Um, and it happens a lot, especially to us when we are the older siblings. Um, we tend to be the one that they look to a lot. When our parents need something, we're there. We feel like, we have to be the one to somewhat be in control of it. So, you know, those type of things can really, battle us in the morning. So we all know as traders, the battle in the morning is, if we win the battle of the morning, we typically win the battle of the day. The most important battle we fight every day is the battle of the morning. We need to make sure that we control what's going on. There are very few things that we control that will, when it comes to the market. So anything that we can control, we don't want to give up, our ability to control that to just anything else. So the morning, having a schedule of when we do what, how we do it, and all that is critical. But what happens when you deal with trauma in the morning? You wake up and the first thing you deal with is trauma, and that kind of sets the tone for the rest of the day. What we can't do is give up control. So yeah, whatever's happening is going to change the course of events that we had planned out the night before, but we still can't give control up. So what we do is we adapt our schedule, we adapt what we do to whatever's going on. Now, when you first start trading, I always recommend just don't even think about trading that day. Don't, because if you haven't got to the point where your mind is armored or calloused, then this is going to mess you up. And you're not going to have the right mindset going into the morning. So, for me, I came in and I was like, I really don't want to trade. And if I wasn't, running the community, I probably wouldn't have. That's just kind of how the morning went for me. But I was in control. I came in. I didn't make any, bad decisions, and everything just kind of fell into place. But when the trade didn't give me the results I wanted from it, being in a more fragile state, I just said, okay, that's it. I said I didn't want to do it today. The market is not in my favor today, so let me just leave it alone. And I just killed the day, and then that was that. But I was in control of that. Okay, I made the decision, based on how I felt. And so even though I didn't have a positive trade, I feel like I won the battle of the morning because I stayed in control and I made the decisions. I didn't, let the market dictate to me, without me making the decision as to what I needed to do. I knew how I felt and I knew what needed to be done. So one of the first things that we need to do is the night before, when you're doing your recaps and all of that, you want to plan out what's going to happen tomorrow. Do you have anything that's going to change up the sequence of events that you have, laid out so that you can be consistent every day? If that's the case, you need to plan for it ahead of time. You're controlling, the outcome of your morning. You're winning that battle. But if you say you're going to wake up, like for me, tomorrow morning I want to wake up at 5 because I want to check Ford. Ford had that news come out about their electric vehicle and battery program they're getting into. So what I want to do is get up at 5. I need to see whether I have an opportunity there. And those opportunities are really, could be really fruitful. So say, for instance, and this happens sometimes, I don't wake up when I'm supposed to. The stock I wanted to watch makes a big move. By the time I get here at 6:30 or 7, it's already made a 5 or 6 point move, and I just gave up $5,000 or $6,000 that I could have made. And after that, that's when you start to lose control. If you don't have a process in place that allows you to deal with that, you can lose the morning. And in some cases, you probably don't need to trade anymore because that's going to eat away at you, and then you're going to, jump on and start doing something crazy. So you want to make sure that you win those battles that come up every morning. And there may not be any battles, but the first one is getting up and sticking to your routine. If you do that, you've won the battle of the morning, and you are that much farther ahead when the market opens and you get ready to trade. So even though things may not go your way, if you remained in control and you executed the way you were supposed to, you won the battle of the morning. And it's really critical. And we know because most of our money at this point is made in the morning. We need to win those battles. All right, so we were talking about the SPY this weekend, and we were talking about how the next test on this going up was going to be the 20-day. All right, you can see we made a higher low, but we didn't make a higher high on Friday. Today, we didn't make a higher low or a higher high. We kind of rested. It's kind of a inside day. But what was significant was last night when the market opened at 8, it ran up and it tested the 20-day. Now the 20-day was at like 446 40 something or 446.60, something like that. It wasn't. This is where the 20-day ended up at the end of the day today. But this morning or overnight, it was up here. So it actually ran and tapped it and then pulled back, and it started selling off. So when I woke up this morning and I saw it had lost the 200, I was like, well, we're done. There's no swing trade opportunities here. I am not going long, period. Because I didn't have any stocks on earnings. I didn't have any tradable stocks that had analyst upgrades. I just didn't have anything. So the only thing I could trade were technical setups. And those were the stocks I put on my watch. So as you can see, we are actually trapped. Now we're sitting on the 5-day moving average. We pretty much had this doji today. We opened right where we closed. We're sitting on the 5-day moving average. The 50-day moving average. You can see the 5-day is right here. The 20-day is here. We're in no man's land right now. So this could go either way. We don't know where it's going. Okay, today, yeah, we made a higher low, but again, we didn't make a higher high. We are kind of stagnant right now. So we could wake up tomorrow with a gap over the 20 and start making that run up toward 460, or we could wake up to a gap down under the 5-day, getting ready to test this support here and the 100-day again. So you don't know. You won't know until we wake up. Technically, it could go either way because we're in no man's land. So just have to be patient with that tomorrow to figure out where the market's going to go. But you can see we sold off going into the close. We're not making lows yet, but we'll see coming into tomorrow's open. Are we going to start selling some more, proving that we had a dead cat bounce over here last week and the bears are trying to seize control, or we get the nice gap and telling us that the bulls are back in control. All right, so I didn't realize I didn't even do this last week. But last week I had 12, 11, 17. This past week 779.97. Not all that great considering I had this killer day the second week of September after the holiday. But it is what it is. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do and approach the market the same every day. Some days it's gonna pay off good big. Some days it's gonna lose. Some days I'm gonna lose my damn mind and not pay attention to what I'm doing and end up giving back almost $700. Almost $900. But you can't predict this. Like, there's no way I could predict I would make $1,300 after I lost $900. There's no way to predict it. You just do the same thing every day. Be consistent with their execution. That's what I preach every day. You cannot be a fair weather trader. You can't go from this strategy to that strategy to this strategy to that strategy and think you're gonna be consistently profitable. And when I mean consistent, I don't mean that these profits are consistent as far as dollar amount. I mean consistently making money at the end of the month. So you're putting money in the bank. That's the name of the game. Making one big trade, don't mean a damn thing if you can't back it up and you take these huge losses. It doesn't mean a damn thing. It just means you can't trade. Is what it boils down to. And that there's something missing. Is that how to spot good trades, how to spot good setups, but it's the execution part that you're missing out on. And that's what the focus is. So here's the equity curve here, rolling right along. I do expect it to flatten out these next couple of weeks before earnings season kicks off and we start making that next run. That's what I'm looking for out of this. All right, so today, beautiful setup. All right, let me bring up the daily chart so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, come on, where's that daily chart? go. All right, so here's the deal. Look at, I know we've been selling off, and I don't care how it looks. It's not about how the chart looks. All right, as to whether it's not going to continue to go down or whatever. What you have to look at, you look for the support and resistance. Okay, what support am I looking at here? What support am I looking at? The next level of support, and this is a 52-week chart, the next level of support was right here. 81.41, right? No, wrong one. 80.48. Next level of support right here, 80.48. Look at the big window we had from around 92 something is kind of where we opened the day, all the way down to 80.48. So a beautiful move here. So what happened was we got the trade, took 5-minute opening range breakdown, got it. Okay, it fumbled around for about 15 minutes. Then finally it broke down. This is a solid red candle. As weak can be. And then we started running into support here. And you could clearly see it. You could see it on the chart. You could see it watching level 1 or level 2, whichever you want to watch, watching the spread. Tells you it's a telltale sign when you're running into support or resistance. Here we're running into support. If we had dipped below 89.50, I would have grabbed some profit, once I saw the support. It never did that. It just kept building up. So I was like, okay, maybe we're going to go up. It's bouncing. We get a rejection and it starts to come back. I had no idea this thing was going to blow up. So, once I got out, being that the morning that I had before I got into the market and all of that, and then this being such a beautiful setup, so I thought, gave up. I wasn't happy at all. So I just kind of let the day go. It was time to click it off. Like I said, I didn't want to do it to start with. And now I really didn't want to do it. But I was done with the day. So when I came back and I started looking at this, I'm like, where in the hell is support here? And then I saw it right here. Candle right here. 89.43. I'm like, you could see how inconsequential it is. It went up, it pulled back, made a lower low here, and then it bounced. It just looked inconsequential. But damn if it didn't react around this level. And that was that. That killed the trade. Now tomorrow, if I saw this and it got under this 89.54, yeah, I'll probably get on it again. Because I made damn sure I didn't see anything. Now this is outside of the 52 weeks. This is like from the 24th of last year. This is outside of the 52 weeks. Plus, it's part of, this thing kind of selling off anyway. But, here's where we are. I'm just going to, chalk this up to not so much the trade not working out, It's me not identifying this little level here that actually came into play. So I have to, I have to give myself a bad mark on this. But again, I think I put it down already on the, what did I lose? 255.17. So I already wrote it on my profit calendar. 255.17 is what I got nailed for today on this. But like I said, we'll come back tomorrow. Hopefully everything will be smooth and I can get back on it. So you guys have a great night, and I will catch you in the morning.